Today I want to show you my November books, and this is really exciting because in this episode I want to talk about the Hunger Games series as well as two other books that I think are really cool. So first off, I read this book which is called The Reader, and it is by Bernhard Schlink. So the German title and the original title is Der Vorleser. So this book tells the story of a boy that gets sick on his way home from school in the after the Second World War, basically. So he meets a woman that guides him home, and he lays in bed for quite a while because he is really sick, and after he got better, his mom forces him to go and search that woman and to thank her. And so he goes there and he brings her some flowers, and you know, he can't forget that woman, so they start, you know, dating each other basically, and it's a very weird relationship because she's so much older than he is. And later in his life, when she went away, he decides to go to college and he studies law, and in his studies it's included that they go to see the trials of women that are accused to have been part of the you know, the Nazi regime and everything, and there he meets her again. And then it just basically tells the story of his life and how he tries to deal with what he has lived through, I would say. But it's really nice and beautiful, and if you're not sure whether you will like the book or you can't get it as easily, because I don't know how well this is known in other countries, there is a movie with Kate Winslet, and I think the movie is done really well as well. It is quite good, yeah. It doesn't compare to the book still, but it is a good movie, so maybe you want to check out the movie at least, because I think this is a very interesting and different story and something that you don't read every day or see every day. So yeah, definitely enjoyed The Reader. So the next book I wasn't sure about, and it's this one by Harpe Kerkeling, which is a German comedian, and it is called I'm Off Then, My Journey Along the Camino de Santiago, or Ich bin dann mal weg, meine Reise auf dem Jakobsweg. And this is a book about, you know, not being sure about life and trying something new. And so he is very famous in Germany, and I think he's also a little bit famous outside Germany as well, which is rare with comedians here. He decided to go to walk the Camino de Santiago, which are quite a few kilometers. You have the card in here. This Camino basically is from one side of Spain to the other, so from France to the Atlantic Ocean basically. He decides to make that journey to find himself and to find answers to his life. So this is just basically his diary where he writes down what he experiences on the way and the people he meets and everything. So it's basically mostly about the people and his own thoughts and just funny things that happen along the way. And it is not all funny, because even though he's a comedian, he does that to get answers and to find himself. So it is quite a good book. It's definitely not a book for people that are not interested in the whole topic. I am not too sure whether I am, so I read this book and I liked it, but I didn't love it, but I'm pretty sure you can love it if this is something for you. So yeah, I wasn't too sure about this book because it really depends on what you're interested in, but I would really suggest to look at it if you can, even though it's from a German author. It's really good for what it is. So now for the last books that I've read this month, it's the Hunger Games series, and I've got this huge box which is beautiful, I love it. And yeah, I just reread them just because the movie is around the corner, the second movie, and I'm really excited. So, let me start with the first book. So in German it is called Die Tribute von Panem, Tödliche Spiele. Let me just check the English title. Is it in here? The Hunger Games. Does it have another title than The Hunger Games? I don't know. But this is the first book and this is purely amazing. I love the first book. It took me about 3 days to read it, which is insane because usually I don't have the time to read that much. But with this book I just can't think of anything else. I love it to death, and yeah, I really recommend it if you haven't read it. Even if you have seen the movie, the book is better and it's incredible and it's great, and I don't think that this is only for like teenagers. I think this is an awesome book for everyone. Even though I think my mom wouldn't like it so much. But yeah, it's just a really, really exciting, and I don't know, it's catching and everything. I love it. It's just so beautiful. So if you live behind the moon and you don't know what this is about, it's about a girl called Katniss Everdeen, and she is one of 25 children or teens that have to go to a arena, and they have to fight each other to death, and only one can survive out of 24. So this is mainly a love story, but not the typical love story. So I really like the love story in this book because it's, I don't know, I really like him, and this is really rare for books. And yeah, she is very, yeah, I think she's a little bit like me, so I really can, I don't know, I understand what she feels and everything. So this is just amazing, and it's just amazing. I can't say anything else about it, I'm sorry. So yeah, definitely read that one. So then obviously I had to read the second book as well because I was preparing for the second movie, which has come out when I upload this, but it has not come out yet. But it will come out soon, and I'm so excited. So the second book here is called Die Tribute von Panem, Gefährliche Liebe. In English it's called Catching Fire, and the movie is called the same thing, I guess. This is about the life that Katniss has after the arena, and they have to travel around the country and visit all the districts and you know, be the loving couple that they're not actually. And yeah, obviously it has a little bit of a twist at the end, so the last third of this book plays in the arena again, but I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say anything else. But it is really good as well, but I don't like it as much as the first book. I think the first book is much better, but yeah, I still think you should read that. And I'm really excited for the movie. I'm super, super excited. So now for the last book, which in German is called Die Tribute von Panem, Flammender Zorn. And in English it's called Mockingjay, I believe. And I love the English title. The German titles are just rubbish. They're just so bad, and they don't have anything to do with what's inside the book. So in this book, it's about what happens to the country of Panem after the last Hunger Games failed, basically. So as I said, I don't want to spoil or anything or whatever. I just want to tell you that I do not like this book in comparison to the other ones. So this is my least favorite, and I think it's horrible that there are going to be 2 movies about this book and just, you know, one for each other book. This is just horrible, and I don't like the story of this as much. I don't like the setting. I don't like what happens to the characters, which is awful. I mean, why? This is so horrible. I hate this. So it is still very catching, and I definitely wanted to know the end, but I hate the end, and I hate the whole third book. I mean, compared with other books, it's still really good, and it's very realistic, I guess, because you know, if those things would really happen like they happen in the book, probably the same amount of people would die, but I think it's just a little bit too much because I don't like realistic books. Because, yeah, that's not what books are for, I think. But that's just my opinion, and maybe you love it, and I think if you have like a trilogy, however you call that, with 3 books, you want to know the end, so you will read that. But, you know, I didn't like it, so yeah, I was really, really sad that this beautiful story had to end the way that it did end, but if this is what the author wanted, you know, I have to be quiet and live with that. But yeah, what do you think about the Hunger Games? I would be really interested in that, and I hope you enjoyed this second little episode of my books. And yeah, let me know what you think, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye!